and welcome back to Constellation Station. I'm Nicole, your host. I work at the Cincinnati Observatory, and in Constellation Station, here at Constellation Station, we like to do three things. We like to learn a little bit about constellations. We like to figure out where we can see them in the night sky. And then we also like to figure out how we can make those constellations in or around home. Today we have a very patriotic episode for you today. It's July 2nd, 2020, and in just a couple days, our country is celebrating Independence Day. So I decided to pick for today a very special constellation because this constellation is a picture of something that is also really important for us in the United States. So I want you to look at the stars I have behind me. Today I decided to do something a little special for our stars. So normally I have different colors of stars to represent different things out in the night sky. So we know that stars, from previous episodes, we know that they really are different colors out in the night sky. We know that our star, the sun, is like a white yellow star. We know that some stars really are blue because they're really, really hot. And we know some are red because they aren't quite as hot. So today I made white red stars. So I put some little stripes on my white stars to make them look a little red as well. But I didn't do that because the stars really are striped white and red. I just did that because I wanted to make it a little bit more patriotic. And you can make creative decisions like that at home when you're making your own constellation station, when you're making your own constellations. You can use whatever you want for your stars. So far we've used leaves. We've used origami stars. We've used all different kinds of things to represent stars out in the night sky. And you can do the same thing. You don't have to stick with the white, red, blue, yellow, orange if you don't want to. You can make your stars however you'd like. So our stars today are kind of special because I made them more patriotic, and they are making up a very patriotic animal. Now this you're gonna really have to use your imagination for today, because as we connect the dots, I don't think this begins to look more like the animal it's supposed to be. This constellation we're talking about today is Aquila the Eagle. So I want you to look at the stars we have up here. Do you think that really looks like an eagle without connecting any dots at all? I don't really think so either. So we're going to start by connecting our dots, see if we can get a little closer to our picture, and then really turn on our imagination so that we can see it even better. So we're going to start up at the head of the eagle. So I want you to imagine that this eagle is flying on its side. So its head's like this, it's flying like this. And so the head is right here, a very special star named Altair. Now maybe you can think about how we've already talked about Altair in this, in Constellation Station before. We talked about it as part of the summer triangle. I hope you guys remember that, the summer triangle. And so Altair is also part of its own constellation, Aquila the Eagle. So we'll start by connecting our two dots up here on the head. And we get to our third dot here. So we have our three stars to make up the head. This is really where we have to start using our imaginations. I want you to picture that he's flying like this, but he's also kind of looking down like this too. So you can imagine that maybe the eagle's beak comes up like this, and this is his head. And eagles sometimes have these really big feathers on the back of their head. So I want you to think of that as the feathers coming back there. So now we're going to do the full body of the eagle from wing to wing. So going all the way, its huge wingspan here. I want you to picture that its wingspan is taking up my whole constellation station here. And its wing starts with just a little bit of an angle here. And we're going to connect it all the way through. Use my wrong string for this. That's okay. We can make our little adjustments here. We can make it up as we go along. Sometimes you won't make quite the right measurement I need to remeasure. That's okay. Should keep my scissors handy just in case we have this issue. All right, we keep going. So this is one full wing on this side. And we are finishing up the wing here. Oop, I didn't need all that down there. And so here we have our full wingspan going across the eagle, but we need to make sure that we have the whole body of the eagle, right? We can't just have its head and its wings. We have one more dot over here that's going to connect them all together, and I want you to think of this dot back here as sort of the tail feathers of our eagle. So hopefully this is starting to come together in your head. You can use your imagination to see how this is supposed to be. We just have one string left here to connect our tail. And there we go, we have our eagle. Now, very important to use our imaginations, right? Because I don't think that this really looks like an eagle, just from looking at it right here. If anything, it kind of looks like plus sign with like an extra line over here. But if we really use our imaginations, imagine an eagle flying like this through the night sky, then maybe we can picture the eagle a little bit better. You know what else helps us picture our constellations out in the night sky? Are the myths that go along with our constellations. We've talked about how myths can come from ancient Greek mythology, how it can come from Native American mythology. And I want you to think about maybe different stories about the United States that are inspiring to you. Maybe thinking about people like George Washington or Harriet Tubman, Susan B. Anthony, a lot of the people in our history who are really important, and maybe think about how an eagle could be incorporated into a story. So if we think about the ancient Greek myth of the eagle, of Aquila the Eagle, Aquila was used by Zeus, the god of thunder and lightning, and he would take his thunderbolts up to Zeus, and Aquila would be the one to bring them to him. So Aquila was sort of this really powerful bird who would take these really big and powerful thunderbolts to Zeus. So that's how the eagle is represented in Greek mythology. Maybe you can think about how the eagle could be represented in some sort of American mythology. This is where you guys can make up your own stories about the eagle. So maybe the eagle would help hold up a flag during a war, or the eagle could help maybe people find food when they're feeling really hungry, and that could be really important, a part of our own culture. So if you can maybe use your imagination, think about a story about how you can picture this better as an eagle flying through the sky, then that could help you see this eagle just a little bit better when you're trying to find it up in the night sky. Now, where are you going to find the eagle? So right around the time it gets dark, right now it's kind of really late, so at maybe 10 o'clock at night, you can go outside, look in the eastern sky, and maybe start by trying to find the summer triangle, because remember, Altair, our very special head star, is a part of our summer triangle. So if you can find Altair in our summer triangle in the eastern sky, then you'll be able to find our whole bird, Aquila. That's how you'll be able to find Aquila the Eagle in the night sky around 10 p.m. And I definitely recommend doing it on the 4th of July. Hopefully you're celebrating that safely, and you can go outside and find our most patriotic of all of our constellations. Thank you guys for listening today, and I'll see you guys next Thursday.